All right, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another review. It's going to be an epic hazy IPA coming from, you guessed it, Arvon Brewing Company, one of my favorite breweries in the entire state and country. They make world-class stuff, guys. You already know this if you watch the channel. It is what it is. I'm following the epicness. It leads me to Arvon. So this is called Time Lapse, a double hazy IPA with sick can art. Absolutely sick can art. Amazing. The best I've seen in a while. I love the label. 8.4% ABV. Hazy Rye double IPA brewed with Riwaka and Cryo Simcoe hops, guys. Okay. Riwaka, I'm not typically a fan of, but let's see how it's blended with Cryo Simcoe. I feel like I do enjoy those. Let's see. I feel like Riwaka on its own, I didn't typically love. I learned that from Hot Butcher, Riwaka Mania, I think it was called. I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't my favorite hop profile in the entire world. So I'm hoping I enjoy this one because I've had a lot of Riwaka lately. I feel like everybody's integrating it into their beer formulas lately. I don't know if it's just like a new age hop everyone's using. It just seems like I see it all the time. So again, sick label, 8.4%. This is no small beer. So let's go to our cool glass that we like online. Everybody likes this glass, so do I. Let's go to a pour. Pour it up. I'm gonna go pretty aggressive because I didn't give it a good roll. Let's see. So she's indeed hazy, no shock. 8.4%. We're playing with danger fire here, guys. So yeah, she's hazy, duh. Huge head sitting on top. It's super creamy. That head looks ridiculous. It looks just super bubbly and foamy. It looks like ice cream melted down sitting on top. It looks ridiculous, man. That's an awesome looking New England style. It looks a little bit gray, I guess. I've lost direct sunlight. I'm just using natural sunlight. The sun's starting to go down on this side of the house, so you're not seeing maybe the full spectrum here. Let me get my phone out and see if we can get a better look. She's still a little gray. I'd say it's a little bit gray still. Not that vibrant orange. That it's a little bit gray. So sometimes you see that muddy, dirty orange yellow. That is the appearance on this one. But a crazy, crazy creamy head sitting on top. I love it. So aroma. Man, it smells. Yeah, peppery. The rye is hitting me, man. I don't know what they do to integrate the rye into the formula. I guess I haven't looked into that really, but it hits you. It's kind of doughy and malty, and slightly peppery and herbaceous. It's got this, you know, you think of bullet rye. It's got that subtle punch to it, almost with that little bit of like ethanol burn. It's not like it burns your nostrils, but you could tell this is a big beer. Yeah, man, and it's green too. Like this is a green young beer. Like I don't know what the canned-on date is, but it's new. It has to be. She's so young, so green in this glass. My goodness. Yeah, dude. It's rye bread all day long. It's doughy. It's slightly malty and peppery and corn-like. It's got that rye punch, man, and it's starting to outshine the other aspects. Like it's hard to grab the tropical notes and what other notes are in here. Like, is there citrus? Yes, but it's all muddled because of that rye. I mean, there's certainly like mangoes and pineapples in here. Peaches. Boy, you have to dig that young burn is in this beer because this has to be so fresh, man. I'm gonna skip the rest of this aroma because, guys, it's fire. It's awesome. It smells good, but you could tell it's young. It's hot burnish. It's rye all day long. Man, let's dive in. This is Time Lapse. Cheers. Oh man, creamy mouthfeel. Yeah, you could tell by the head that was sitting on top of this. That is delicious. Like the rye comes across more harsh on the nose, and it's certainly in this beer. You can tell it's a rye, but the hops start to come out a little bit more. You get a little bit of the orange juice quality. It does have the orange kind of acidic softness to it. It has tropical notes, so those mangoes and those pineapples definitely coming out to play on this one. Let's see what else we can grab. Soft peach soft like blueberries and some sort of berry note. There's a touch of like passion fruit in here. It's got this big fruity quality that is very tamed down because of that rye spice. I mean, the rye's coming at you, but that fruitiness comes at the rye and it offsets it very well. It just goes away slightly. And you're left with that nice fruity, balanced quality that you get in some of the hazies. But this one, again, has that rye quality with the 8.4% burn that comes at you. It's not a burn, but that's a big ABV coming in at you guys. It's a tasty, tasty beer. Just unique. Because again, it's got these fruity notes, but that rye spice hits you and it tries to take away that fruity note. And they're just battling each other in a balanced way, if that makes sense. So, wow, just a nice recipe, straight up going at each other. So yeah, beautiful notes of passion fruit, mixed berries, just some sort of strawberry, blueberry, soft underneath. Pineapple, mangoes, definitely in here. A kiss of peach, absolutely in this recipe. The citrus, there is citrus. I'd say there's like lemon zest and a touch of grapefruit. But I'd say it's like stone fruity and tropical more than it is citrusy. But again, that rye is just adding this nice complexity to this beer that you just don't see on a lot of New England styles. It's an awesome beer. I mean, it makes you think. Like, you're sipping it and you're like, what am I getting here? And you have to kind of break down the layers. I love the multiple layers that are coming at you at this one. It's a creamy yet firm, subtle spice that hits you, and it just reminds me of epicness. And that goes back to the beginning of this review. Epicness. I chase epicness. Leads me to Arvon. This is just a crazy recipe. Yeah, man. It shouldn't be that smooth at 8.4%. That's the most scary part about this. You know it's a big beer because it's young, it's vibrant, it's big, it's ethanol-y. And then it just goes down like butter, man. It just goes down. There's just this weird like berry, like blueberry, strawberry, watermelon note underneath. And it's got like this passion fruit thing just clashing with it as well. It's just really delicious. And again, I love rye. I love rye bourbon. It hits you with that subtle spice and subtle rye bread doughiness. It is a good beer. It's a good beer. I just talked a lot. I mean, you have to talk about this one. When you sip this, make sure you sit down and you break it down. You go through the notes you're getting, because there's multiple notes. And the more I drink this, I feel like I could say more and more about it too. It's a delicious beer. It just is. Man, Arvon, shame on you. This is delicious. Again, you start throwing these new things in and they hit you with this, man. And it's just got this nice, like, creamy herbaceous touch. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's almost chivy, touch of onion, and it balances out all the rye and all the fruit. Again, you can dig away and find new layers to this. I could review this beer like for 5-10 more minutes. I'm gonna end it here. Really good beer, multiverse of different things going on, different properties and characteristics. Fantastic beer. Yeah, rating, man, fun to play with, fun to break down. The 8.4, the back end is the worst part because it deceives you on how high ABV this is. This is high octane. You can't tell, man. You can't tell. As long as this is chilled, you can't tell. I'm going to go with 4.4 out of 5. It's just freaking delicious. And is it everybody's cup of tea? Maybe not, because you got the rye spice added in the mix, but it makes me think about all these layers, and I love how they all blend together. That's Arvon's secret weapon, is they just know how to blend all these different recipes together. So 4.4 out of 5. It's been the time lapse from Arvon, guys. Until next time, I'm Dan. See you on the next review. Cheers.